We're recording.
1 + 1 don't equal 3.
Good morning.
We got a new game for Christmas.
I was going to start with an interesting story.
Well, I'm already in one.
Oh,
So we got a new game for Christmas, and it was called Karaoke Something. And the bottom line
I think
is
it's called Mic Up or something.
Something.
That's not the name of
I
this
don't know.
game.
But you pull a card, and it says a word, and then the first person to sing a song from that word gets the point. And the word that was pulled was 1. And so our children started singing 1 + 1 don't equal 3. And then there was a debate. Can that be considered a real song?
100% it's a song.
Exactly. It was considered a real song.
It may not be like a well-known song, or the artist may have peaked at the age of 9 or 10, but it's still a valid song.
Exactly.
It's got lyrics and a chorus.
Exactly. Thank you. Thanks for believing in
That's
me.
100% a song.
Love that. Okay. What's your interesting story?
It's interesting because a lot of people talk about the music these days and like how bad it is and all that.
Yeah.
But I don't know about you, but I was raised in the city of Detroit in the mid to late 90s, early 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think I try to remind people just like lyrically how like not good our music was.
Right.
Because people don't believe it. They're like, oh, the music today. I was like, no, guy. I don't think you guys remember like what that music was like in the 90s and 2000s, especially in Detroit in terms of hip hop and rap music. Like it was not good.
Right.
And then, 105.1, they play like,
sure,
it's like our version of 92.3. Like they play old, quote unquote, old school music from our like early 20s.
Right. From the 90s.
And then a certain song came on by an artist named Cisco.
What was the song?
And Malia was in the car with me. And I was like, I got to turn this off because the lyric, like,
do you know my grandfather danced to the thong song at Regis's wedding?
Yes, you told me that.
Yeah. Right.
So I was like, I got to turn this off because the lyrics are not good at all. Even the chorus is not very good. So it's a reminder of like how not good.
I would say radio music was actually much worse then than it is now in terms of lyrics and like sexual exploitation. I think we've kind of calmed down on that as a society.
I mean, in the Yin Yang Twins.
Well, I remember we were training for our half marathon, which we walked, and I came in 4th to last place.
I was dead last in my age group.
Yes. And when we walked that marathon and we were training, we were underneath the highway. We were on Middle Belt underneath a bridge, and there was a song called Whisper. I don't know. It's like Whisper.
Yeah, by Yin Yang Twins.
And you had an unedited version that just came up on our little iPad, a little iPhone. What goes in your ears? What goes in your ears? Earbuds. And it was like, I couldn't believe what was coming through.
Oh, the actual lyrics.
Of Whisper, let me whisper in your
ear. Yeah.
So, you're right.
So, but I understand if like you were raised like in your raised, you probably listened to a lot of Shania Twain.
No, we listened to a lot of that stuff, but we turned it off. My mom wouldn't let us listen to that.
But you raised more like a country pop.
I loved
Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, Pink.
Yeah,
you liked all of that.
I told you R&B music on the bus on the way home used to make my head hurt, and now my kids love R&B. Aaron Christopher Wilkerson II got the DJ responsibilities in my car, and all he played was like Jackson 5, and like I was like, please stop right now.
Joey's not a fan of R&B music at all. I've tried. He just doesn't.
Your son, Aaron, loves old school Motown. We need to bring him down there.
That's just Jackson 5, though. There's a whole world.
No. Because then he went on to play Who Sings My Girl?
The Temptations.
And then he went on to play Ain't No Mountain High Enough.
That's from Remember the Titans.
River Low Enough. So anyways, yeah.
But yeah. So I think people just need a history lesson of when it comes to music. Like my era when I was in middle school and high school, like that was when, I mean, there's some songs, even like when I'm alone, I'll sing out loud and you're like, whoa, these are pretty terrible lyrics.
Right.
Very nice to women, I would say.
Right.
We were not very nice to women.
Right. So I am a very localized, specific Catholic
influencer
in the Archdiocese of Detroit. No, I have to tell you what I'm doing right now.
I want you to tell that story you told me about how famous you are.
No, I don't. No, I'm not telling you that story.
You don't tell the names, though.
I'm not going to. I'm not going to. No, absolutely
you have to tell that story
now. Absolutely not. Basically, my friend was at a party and like my name got thrown out. And actually, this person, I don't know if I've ever met in real life. I call her my friend, but you know her. You went to college with her. And people started talking. They're like, "Oh my gosh, I know Mary. And they're like, so we said she pretty much runs the Archdiocese.
3 or 4 disconnected people.
But here's
all
why I was laughing because, like, as you know, over the course of the last 10 years, My influence in the diocese is nothing. Like I have removed myself from every single thing. So it's funny. But in regards to my massive influencing, I have about 2,400 followers on Instagram. Now I am no Erin Wilkerson. I'm not pushing 13,000 on LinkedIn. Can we pause for a minute so I can yell at our kids?
Back.
Okay, so sorry, our kids are being loud. So like 2,300 followers on Instagram. I have always kept my Instagram public on purpose. Like I think there's something really cool. Even through all the years of youth ministry, people would be like, no, like you should make it private so teens can't see it. And I'm like, no, actually, I think it's really important for teens to see like a healthy marriage, a healthy like lifestyle in your 20s, like what it looks like to be a faithful Catholic in a real world. So like I very intentionally kept my stuff public. When I started Divine Child, my boss at the time was like, hey, I think you need to consider making this private. I'm like, no. I was like, unless I'm told I need to, I'm keeping it public. I was like, but I don't follow anybody. Like I'm not following teenagers. Do you know what I mean? But teenagers are welcome to follow me. However, there's a glitch in the matrix. And the glitch in the matrix is that now the teenagers are friends of my kids. And our kids don't have social media. So it's very weird, for instance, for one of my children to like arrive at school and his friends say, hey, I saw this on your mom's Insta story. Something super simple happened yesterday where I had posted about Stranger Things and said kid went to a basketball game and his friends were like, yo, so your mom really likes Steve Harrington from Stranger Things. And son came back, not offended. They weren't making fun of him, but he's like, it's just weird. Like he's not on Instagram. He's not on social media. His friends are, and then his friends are following me on social media. So now I have this conundrum, Erin, because I have to figure out a way to clear out all teenagers from my social media, which is going to be wildly time consuming. So I was going to do this thing where I just have a close friend circle, but that's going to take too long because I don't need to exclude anybody from it except for current students at Divine Child and maybe some mean moms. And so I'm trying to figure that out right now.
I think you just take a day at a time.
That's what I'm doing, yeah. Yeah.
Each day, just starting.
And by the way, I'm allowing them to see my.
You can also you can block it so that they have to request to follow you or see your stuff.
Yeah, and my thing is, it's just the stories. I don't care if kids see my posts. Like Erin, I'm very communicative now with especially Erin and Joey, our two older kids, about what I post and what I don't. They tell me not to post pictures, and I don't post those pictures. But my Insta stories are more like my personal thoughts, and they just don't want their friends seeing that. And I got to respect the game, you know. So I got.
Yeah, you don't want to weaponize against them so that
that would make me feel super weird.
They don't need to be a apologist for their parents.
Well, and also like the other piece is like they don't have social media. So how weird that your friends are saying, so your mom said this on Insta stories and you don't even know what that means because you're not on Insta stories.
See, but back in the day, I would have been like, well, why are you following my mom? Like, why are you following a 49-year-old woman on Instagram, bro?
You just added like 5 years to my age.
I'm just saying, I would have had a comeback. Like,
yeah, you would have because you're very sarcastic.
Like, bro, like, why do you keep like talking about my mom? Like, are you obsessed with her? Do you love her? Do you want to marry her? Like, do you want to be my dad? Like, I would have had them ready, like ready to go.
You got to train.
Shots fired. You got to be ready to go.
You got to be ready to go. All right, so that's that. That's an update. I have another update. I spilled coffee on my pillow. My other update is let's talk about basketball. You don't know this, but I private messaged one of our kids' coaches yesterday because I really like how they handled the game yesterday. Let's get into it.
Well, it wasn't me because I'm the coach.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about I'm talking about John Paul's coach. Yeah. So John Paul's.
Do you know?
Yeah, no, just through the team snap.
Oh, I was like, how do you know?
No, I'm not like
what kind of weird
messaging.
You messaging dudes on Instagram? Hey, what's up?
So John Paul's team, and I thought about how I want to talk about this. I'm going to talk carefully. It just has some dynamics at play, and John Paul has had like 3 or 4 really bad games. Where he's not doing much. In the last game that he played, not the game yesterday, he played maybe 2 minutes of the game. And honestly, I think he deserved it. Like he wasn't playing with his heart. His coaches were like, he was sick, so he missed practice. So anyways, yesterday, there was a moment in the first quarter where something happened, and I won't go into details, but it appeared that John Paul was losing it on the court. I think you were talking to your dad. I don't think you even watched what happened. But myself and my son Aaron really thought that he screamed at his coach. Like that was what it looked like to us, and that he was crying. Now he's denied both, that he didn't scream at his coach and he wasn't crying, but there was definitely a moment of conflict. So the coaches called timeout and they pulled the whole team in. And again, without getting into details, they made a decision when they could have, I think, sat John Paul for being over emotional to let him play the entire game. and it built his confidence.
Well, he didn't play the entire. Like,
I mean, he was pulled for no. They actually said in the locker room. John Paul told me they actually told the other kids the reason John Paul got the playtime he did is because of what he did on the court. So
yeah, they like yesterday because I didn't go to the last game, so I wasn't there, but. They got all the they had a good rotation of getting kids in and out.
But John Paul got the most amount of playtime, and they didn't have to do that. Is my point. He wasn't playing exceptionally well, but I think they knew in that moment if we pull him, it's going to destroy his confidence to the point where he's not going to be able to give us anything. You know what I mean? So they kept him in, and then he ended up scoring some buckets and ended up having really good steals. And I just we talk so much on this podcast. I think about coaches who maybe aren't doing what we would love them to do. It's so cool to see a coach be like, I don't know, intentionally trying to form a kid. So I was impressed. And John Paul won. They're going to win their tournament, I think.
Yeah, they had one more game, but they were down for a large amount of time, and they crept back, and they ended up winning the game, which was good. You apparently want me to time out yet again. Wait,
I am so sorry. This podcast is so weird today. I had a hair stuck in my mouth, and only ladies know what that's like, but it was like down my throat, and I needed to figure out that situation. All right, so that was very cool to see. And yeah, they were down. They got up. They have one more game. Let's talk about Aaron Wilkerson's coaching career. You.
Me?
Yeah. Do you want to talk about the tournament? It's hard to talk about.
It's hard.
You weren't last.
We were riding high.
You weren't last.
We lost. We lost 2 of our tournament games. The first one was like a very close game. We lost at the last couple minutes. And the next one, that was more like a quote unquote blowout. Like we weren't even close.
Yeah.
No, I think we talked about this with one of our number one fan. Just holiday tournaments are tough. Like we just had the Thanksgiving tournament like 4 weeks ago, which was our very first game. So we lost that one. We won the rest of them.
Right.
But this one was hard because like, first off, you had like the sickness where all these kids were sick. So
yeah,
a lot of the girls, we didn't have girls around. They were sick. And the second part is it's like Christmas break. So people are out of town.
Right.
They have family members in town.
You had a very light bench.
Yeah.
You had a very light bench.
Well, plus also we haven't practiced that much. So
I mean, 1 practice, 2 practices.
Maybe like 3.
Right.
So we haven't practiced in like 2 weeks because with the sickness, we canceled practice for a week. And then, so to me, the tournaments are more about who has the most kids in town. Like, it's not about like who the quote unquote best team is. More like, hey, you guys have a full roster, so you're most likely going to be able to win. Because like, if we would have had like all of our girls, I think we would have done better. But like the first game, like we only had like 2 girls, and a lot of girls had never even played that much. So
I'm still working.
To me, it's about.
Go ahead.
But to me, I just summed it up to like it's good experience. Like a lot of girls got some good minutes. Everyone got to start at some point. They got to play, and we ended up 7th place out of 8th. But
you will not sit your daughter, which is really awkward. You play her the whole game.
She did sit. She sat both games.
Like 3 seconds.
Well, no, because the thing is, if you only have 7 players, you only have 2. You have 2 girls on the bench.
Yeah.
A couple girls are going to play the entire, and they're fine with that. I think most of the girls are fine playing a lot. So we essentially have like 2 or 3 girls who like play the whole game, and you have a rotation of like some girls going in and out, but everyone gets like very good playing time compared to the football program.
Right. Let's have a family meeting about.
And I do want to go. Are we still on sports? I want one last comment.
Yeah, I'm on it.
About sports.
Yeah, I have one more thing to say about the tournament, though. Are you switching?
Go to the tournament. I'm going to go to another point. But
so the other thing that is shocking to me is I didn't know that I could detest a 4th grader, but apparently I can. I actually evil-eyed a 4th grader on my way out of the game. I'm feeling a little introspective about that. If I should have, I didn't say anything to her, but I definitely evil-eyed her. There was a girl that was so mean.
That's what our girl said.
She was mean, and she was flopping. At one point, she flopped and fake cried and made Mia feel like a piece of junk. Then she was playing so aggressive, which I don't get mad at that. That's fine. She was talking so disgustingly when they were winning.
That's what I heard.
Smack talking everyone. She was disgusting. If I was her coach, I would have pulled her off. She acted disgusting. I would have pulled her out of the game. That particular team, I have no respect for because they didn't.
Yeah, that's what the
girl said. And she was in 4th grade.
But the problem was, from my vantage point, I can't see that, and I can't hear it. So the girls
probably would have said something.
So the girls are like, "Yeah, this girl, she said something," and like she was happy when someone got hurt. I think when one of our players got hurt or something, like she was cheering for that. were laughing.
She was like a psychopath.
And I was like, girls, I can't see or hear anything, so I don't.
Now, the thing, though, that I'm surprised in my own whatever, and it's going to be interesting because I've never felt that with sports. Like, I've not liked team, I've not liked coaches, but I've never felt like actual anger. Not true, West Catholic game. But I will say with Malia, it felt a little different. Like it was my daughter and cut it out. Like I was like mad. And then, like I said, I walked past her and I stared her down. I stared down.
She's like, Mom, this 50-year-old woman like giving this evil eye.
I know. I stared her down. I didn't say anything, but I stared her down. Kind of like I see you. You know what I'm saying? Like I see you.
I still said good job, the handshake and the.
Well, they all did, which is nice. You have to do that.
Yeah, you always tell them to line them up.
But she was yucky.
That's what the girl said.
And then you lost.
We lost.
That's what makes me so mad at the coach. Because if the coach had won, oh man, that would have been brilliant. But when you lose to a terrible acting human being, she isn't a terrible human being. She's a fourth grader.
Yet we're still 3-0 in CYO.
That's true. And maybe this girl
tournaments are not our thing. Right. So
maybe
and also my thing about tournaments is I don't the tournament culture I don't understand because I don't know who asked for these because like someone pointed out we also pay we pay to play in these tournaments and it's a holiday week. So to me it's like we don't need these games.
Yeah.
Like we can just have everyone can go on holiday and be with their family because we were playing at 9:00 multiple games. Yeah. That means that you have to give at 8:00 to get there at 8:30 to play in the game. And it's kind of disruptive. So to me, it's like I mean, my vote is always skip these tournaments. Yeah, especially for fourth graders. It was only the fourth grade boys and girls tournament.
Right.
So to me, it's we don't need this.
I like watching it. I don't know. Let's give it.
We were close though. We were down the street though. If this was. River,
the other one's downriver, and the one's at Bishop Foley. So, anyway, was that your other comment about you just don't like tournaments?
No, my other point was now that I'm an assistant fourth grade girls coach,
right?
Going back to like the football games, I'm much more like all those kids should have played. In those games.
No, but also I think you have to be fair. You have a team of 11. You had 8 during this tournament. They have a team of 40 kids. Like they are in a different world.
Right, but there was a group. But like my point was like there was a group of kids who didn't play.
The third and fourth graders not playing is inexcusable.
There's a group of 8th graders that didn't play. I'm talking about
you're talking about
the Michigan. I'm talking the Michigan and the Ford Field game.
You and I still feel a little differently about that.
I think that you figure out, like, you rotate them in
you're talking about the fact that at the big house,
there's some kids that didn't get on the field at all.
Yeah, okay, yes.
So I'm like, hey, you know that there's kids on your team who are not that good.
Right.
But you figure out a way to get them on for a play or two. Like, we have some couple kids who are still learning.
Yeah.
But you still want, like, get on the field.
And I think the way that you do that when you have a big game, and there's so many logistics that were probably on our coaches' minds during that game at the big house when 8th graders did not get on the field. I think they should have had a person dedicated to making sure there was a rotation. And that's easy to say because they're also trying to figure out the logistics of taking their team to Ann Arbor. Yeah. Like I give them grace, but you're right. Like, and I bet in retrospect, I would hope in retrospect, they would have said we should have got every 8th grader on that field at the big house. I would hope that that's what they would say.
Well, yeah, to me, like, because there was one game where like I was by myself because like everyone else all the other coaches were gone. So yeah, there was a point I think I told you where there was one kid like they kind of sat down the entire second quarter, but that wasn't intentional. That was just like you forgot. Yeah, you forgot that they're back there. And then she even said like, "Hey, I didn't get in." I was like, "Oh crap!" But then she ended up playing like the whole third quarter.
Right.
But like I think that you have a person that's like, "Hey, your job is to make sure all like." Yeah. We're trying to win this game. There's a person whose job it is to make sure that every single.
But you just have to say too with the 8th grade game at the big house, and again, listen to me giving all the grace, but like they were also trying to take a bus. There was a lot of logistics to get the kids down.
But this is not their first time on the road. This is not their first.
I feel like the big house it was their first time.
But even Ford Field, though, I think.
I feel like Ford Field they got every kid on the field. Maybe not.
At the end, when the game was over.
Again, I totally agree with you.
When the game
have
was
someone
over.
in charge of it. Again, I always talk about Annie Breyer. Like that was her job for the JV team.
Yes.
Was she had a clipboard and she was checking minute time for the football team because they had so many players that Ken, the head coach, knew he couldn't do it. So he put his wife in charge of making sure the kids get in. And John Paul's team does that too. I happen on good authority to say that the current basketball team has somebody watching how much play
I saw that yesterday. Like all those kids.
It's super impressive.
All those kids got in. And to me, that's the whole point. Like you have all these kids go to practices.
Exactly.
And as a parent, you have parents.
How is this not logical?
You have parents. They're like parents are spending money for their kids to do all this stuff.
How do people not?
They're driving, especially in especially for tournaments because you have kids, like parents who are taking time out of their Christmas breaks to bring their kids to these tournaments at weird times. And I'm hearing some interesting things about that tournament too. So it's like, just show their kids some love. Like, let the kid stand on the court for a minute and get in the game.
I hope you hold that up. I hope you carry that all the way to when you coach in the big leagues.
No, we've never in the big leagues. I don't know. I may peak at 4th grade and I might be done. We'll see.
I was wondering that if they'll like, there's certain coaching positions that like this person has always coached 5th grade. So like if you'll be able to cross over and up, I hope you can, because I think it's
all changes. Like what I've seen with football, you're right. Football, there's a constant there, but actually just varsity. I think freshman and JV that changes. Varsity is a constant, but basketball, like it's always, I see it all change. Like, it's the parents.
Okay, that's enough about sports. So. Sorry, we took up all that time. Gina Delgado. I just need to make this clear that she is in the top 2. I mean, she wondered if she fell off. I don't know how that happened.
I wouldn't say top 5.
Why are you not saying top 2?
Top 5.
I feel like it's Marilyn and Gina Delgado.
What about Gao?
Oh, yeah.
You can't leave him out.
Can we do Girl and Guy list? Can we do Girl and Guy list?
Yeah. No. Yeah. This is not the Oscars.
Yes, we can do a Girl and a Guy list. Yeah, because Chris does post our podcast every time. By the way, today is the 28th. Chris Gowell is not here. And thank God, because let me tell you, it's a rainy day. I'm in my pajamas. Like, there's no way. There's no way.
You can't split the list into top males and top...
I can't believe, though, that live you just downgraded.
I didn't downgrade. I'm saying, like...
Gina, you're my 2.
No, but he like posts herself on. He's the only person that posts herself on Facebook.
I'm just saying. Even so she had messaged us, and this is funny. This is what I'm going to say.
No. She asked about top 5. I would say yes, she's in the top 5.
Yeah, but here's what.
But that's more like she advocates for herself, though. I would say, but that's fine though. She advocates for herself. At least we know she listens, though. We have a lot of people that listen, and you found that out. There's people listen. We don't know that they listen.
Right. But let me say something, though. Gina had messaged us, like, I don't know, like a week ago.
And I told her, Gina, to text you back. I was like, Gina, you got to text Gina.
I haven't texted anybody at this point. I went into a wormhole on December 19th, and I have texted nobody back. And I'm not even sure I apologize for that. I'm doing it this morning.
I reminded her. I was like, you got to respond.
I'm going to get to everybody because I just wanted to not, be connected to anything over the last week, and it's been great.
So we do have a top 5. So yes, Gina Delgado is in the top 5.
Right. And
of the maybe 100 total listeners.
We did talk about the Spotify Wrap last week, right? Like we actually have legit listeners.
We were going to this week, but I had to find it. So
and we don't need to go through it, but we have legit listeners. I think that's we have about 100 people that listen every week.
This is episode 70.
It's crazy.
All
right, how was your Christmas? Let's keep
this is the last episode of 2025 too.
How was your Christmas?
It was good. It's funny because we got the girls' vanities, or Santa or Jesus. I can't remember who does the gifts. In the Christmas Eve, you were like, "Hey, are you going to set these things up?" And I'm so happy I said no, because I was like, no, because it's going to take me like all night to set those things up. Which is true, because on Christmas Day I spent about a good 5 hours.
Listen, I don't want to
putting together.
I don't want to emasculate.
One vanity, one of those things had 29 steps.
I'm not trying to emasculate.
29 steps. Are you going to try to make some comment? I would love to see Mary Wilkerson put together one of those sets. 29 steps. So imagine let's just do math. 29 steps, 5 or 6 minutes per steps. That is 3 hours to put those things together. And Malia was helping me the whole time too.
So I don't want to emasculate you.
You think they're like 5 seconds.
No, what I'm
going
to say is, first of all, yes, I would never, I've told you a million times, I would never build this stuff.
You would scream and swear.
100%. I will never build it. However, I wish that you, in humility, which you actually do lack as a virtue, I wish in humility, you could be like, building things actually isn't my skill set. If my dad, if your dad,
are you talking about?
If Glenn Wilkerson is there, if Brian Buckley is there, those things are made in an hour. And you have never admitted that. And you're
I don't think you realize it just takes time.
To have it's because of your mind, and I love your mind.
There's nothing about mind.
Yes, it is. You're like engineer base. The other thing that Aaron does, and Malia called it out. Malia came in the room. She's like, it's taking him so long, and she's like, if he didn't stop and look at his phone every 3 minutes
That's
for like 2 minutes,
I was legit.
So he like does one thing, and then he scrolls his phone for like a half hour, and then he does one thing.
I'm glad we have listeners who also probably know the reality. No, the problem is you're like sitting in the bath drinking Cutwaters while I'm putting all this together.
Listen,
so you have no sense of how long these things take.
I admit that. I would never do it. I just said to you, I would, if you die, every time I have to build something, I am hiring somebody. I joke that like your skill set is like changing a light bulb and we stop there. Like I couldn't even do that. Like I have but I can admit that. Like I'm not trying to act
this
like.
This is not a skill thing. Like these are all custom builds. There's no magic where you just like, because if you do that, all of a sudden it looks like crap. Or like
I don't think that the Amazon vanities should have taken you 3 hours each to build.
It didn't take 3 hours. I didn't say that. I'm saying it take up to. I say it took me like 2.5 hours. It's like 5 hours total. There was two of them. There was two of them we had to build.
It did take a long time. It did take a long time.
But there's not like magic where you just like started putting things together.
Like the beds downstairs took like a half hour.
Beds are easy.
I just say it took a really long
Beds
time.
are easy to do.
Vanities took a really long time.
Because vanities had a lot more pieces anyway.
I think we did really good with gifts this year. I was reading.
We struck out with some size-wise, which I predicted.
Honey, I don't understand you. When we were at the store and I bought, there's Essentials of God hoodies. I don't know. They're really expensive.
Fear of God.
All the kids like them.
There's something I got to read. There's a podcast I saw with the guy who invented it. I got to look at that. I don't get that. I don't get the whole trend.
We're at the store. They don't have our son's size. I knew they didn't have our son's size. My point was, buy it a size bigger. It's either going to fit him or we'll return it, but he has something to open on Christmas morning. And you're acting like there wasn't the or conversation.
Well, you were pretty adamant that it was going to fit, though.
No, I wasn't. I said, or we'll bring it back and he can exchange. Okay. So, because you didn't want to buy the sweatshirt. You're like, no, we'll just not. And I'm like, no, that way he'll open the essential sweatshirt.
But he can't wear it, though.
Doesn't matter. We're returning it. So he had something to open.
No, you're like, kids like the size is big.
Oh my gosh. And I can tell your hesitation. You know that that's true, that we had this conversation in the store. So it's so weird that you keep insisting that I bought him something too big.
It was. You said the kids like it big. And
I said at the store, or we'll return it. I think the poker table they were really excited about. They didn't expect that. We bought them a poker table. So that was cool. It was a good Christmas, I feel like. My mom did Christmas on the 23rd, which I'm so excited about because that gives us Christmas Eve. Really sad thing happened at Christmas Eve. Two sad things happened. We went to St. Mary's, which is a very special church to me in Greektown. I'm going to say something. I don't think I can get canceled because it's not my home parish. But what I will say is the priest had one of the better homilies I've ever heard in my life on Christmas Eve. I have a pet peeve. They had an exceptional choir. You absolutely could not sing along. So like none of the mass parts, none of the songs. It was a professional choir singing all different mass parts in Latin, highs, lows. Like it wasn't meant to be sung along with.
Even for Eucharistic prayer, we're saying they kept singing.
Yeah, nobody knew what was happening.
Like, what are they doing?
I don't like it. I actually have to like look it up because maybe I'm wrong. I feel like music is supposed to encourage. I don't mind that.
It was an hour and a half total. But that's because of the music.
Yeah, but music is supposed to encourage full active participation. It's not supposed to be a concert. So whenever I am at a mass that starts to feel like a concert, like you're performing for me, or maybe you're performing for Jesus, right? That's actually not what's supposed to be happening. Like I'm supposed to be able to sing along with the music, but I have to check my documents to make sure I'm correct.
So I thought the priest homily was a little long.
No, I totally disagree. You can preach forever if you're entertaining and fun.
See, but I feel like if you're on a Christmas Eve mass at like 5:30, I feel like
no, it was so funny, and he kept saying, "Your pierogies can wait." I laughed. What were you gonna say?
I just feel like it's. You know that your audience is a lot of people who don't know regularly go to mass.
Right.
I feel like you have a couple points, but like you also have to land the plane.
The other thing is that it was packed. It was packed. I mean, packed.
Yeah,
standing room only. That was so beautiful. And he said that at the end of the church, he's like, it's like beautiful to picture what this church would have been in its heyday every week, just every mass.
Yeah, because everyone knows that's a 19th century church. It was built in the late 1800s.
It's so beautiful. So
Old
then,
St. Mary's in Greektown.
It's important to remind the people, because we haven't talked about it in a while. When I was young, we would sometimes go to St. Mary's in Greektown and walk to Pegasus with my grandmother, my dad's mom. So that place is really special to me, Pegasus. So I was like, we go to Pegasus every Christmas. It's not a cheap meal because we have so many kids.
And I'm ardently against it.
The food has over the past 5 years been super mediocre, but I keep saying to you, it's actually not about the food. It's about the experience of me going to Pegasus with my family, creating these memories for my children that I had when I was a kid, right? So you go in and there's like the paper over this didn't even happen this time. There's typically like a tablecloth and there's paper over the tablecloth and they like serve you every time. That's what happens. Like it's this thing that happens. This year was so bad. They ushered us into this tiny booth.
Well, and also this was the first time we went on actual Christmas Eve?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So it's Christmas Eve. So they're packed. They ushered us into a tiny booth that was way too small for our family. We walked into the restaurant at 7:15. We walked out of the restaurant at 7:50. That's all in. Like it was everything.
Yeah, it was fast.
The saganaki was burnt, which is why we go there. That's the only thing that we still think is good.
And that's the flaming cheese.
It was actually like burnt, like almost inedible, but we ate it. The food was really gross. We will not be back to Pegasus. Ooh. I know we're retiring that annual.
Yeah, it's added to the list
because you can't spend. How much was it? 2 or 3. Was it more than 2?
Yeah, there's no, it's under.
Okay, under 2, but you can't spend $200 on a meal and then be like, that was actually kind of gross. But the restaurant has a memory for me. So hopefully they either switch management or figure out what they're doing. No, I'm serious because it's a beautiful location.
It lives on nostalgia. I think that's why the place is packed. It lives on nostalgia because if you know Greektown, that place, like most of those restaurants have all closed down. Like I used to love going to Pizza Popolis. That's closed. Yeah. A lot of those old classic Greektown restaurants are all closed. Yeah. But that's been like the one that stayed there. So I think that it has lived off nostalgia. So, but it has not lived off of quality of food. Well, and also they have a huge menu though. I would say they have a huge menu. So I think that there's also speed. So I think when you have to speed things up, I think food quality is not that high, but
and they just can't. They're not going to be able to stay open if they continue to do that because, again, you've been asking for years to stop going there annually. And I'm like, no, because, and this year I was like, actually, no, we're not going to pay for like to be rushed out of a restaurant. We were squished. It was not fun. It wasn't fun. It wasn't fun for anybody. I don't think it was like in and out, but then we got home and we did our family gift exchange, which I love. Yeah. And Christmas morning was great. And then your family came over and we did Chinese, which I'm a fan. Maybe this will be the new tradition in the Wilkerson family.
Well, if you consider like how much money you spend on like trying to get groceries and all the cooking, like I mean, also we do it on Christmas. We've always done that. We've had my family over for Christmas.
Well, they haven't come. We used to have your family on.
My parents used to come over. I guess my brother's out of town. Yeah, they used to come over for breakfast, and then we had when my brother came, we had the house. They came over. So so I think the equivalent of like what we would have spent on groceries and all that, we just got like carry out Chinese food, and then it got delivered, and
it was so easy and great.
It was a little too much food, but we learned. But it was still good.
We had leftovers, and all the kids ate it. Like it's not like it wasn't ate. No, that was a really fun. I love doing that. Lions got killed. Lions.
Yeah, we watched the Lions game. Right. The Lions lost, which was a sad Christmas non-miracle.
And then we've really, I think, entered into just what Christmas break is, which is.
But you don't skip over your gift?
Oh my gosh, no, because I didn't have a gift on Christmas Day.
No, you did.
I did.
Explain the gift that you got.
This is very funny. Yeah, I should.
You did.
I did. Yes. Aaron asked each of my children to write 5 things that they love about me, and then you put it in an AI generator for songs. Like it actually plays. Are you gonna actually plays songs? I'm gonna show it to you right now. I'm gonna show you.
I think you shared it. We can share it.
No, I didn't share it, but it was actually it's not a bad song.
You should share it on your Instagram.
Yeah, you sent an actual song to me, and it's nice and it's lovely. And so listen, people, really quick. I mean, that's legit. Wait, you guys, it's really good. Wait, it's worth it. Just give it a second. Let's just start. Because, I mean, who knew that AI generation could do this? Ready? Listen, fam.
She makes me laugh.
Is this funny?
She comforts me when I'm sad.
So he put all these things into an AI generator and it wrote me a song, and it did make me cry. But the biggest thing that you did for me, which I've already put on Instagram and all the things, so I'm sure everybody who listens to this knows, but I had a blog when our kids were little. I started it right before I found out I was pregnant with Aaron, and it really is our family history for the first 7 years.
Well, because I think because I know people talk about it because that was like 7 years. Yeah. So you used to do like every single week you would write something that happened. Because that was the point you were a stay-at-home mom. Yeah. So you were bored. You didn't have anything else to do all day long.
Exactly.
You didn't do jack squat. Right. Just waiting for me to come home. Yep. So you just write. So so every week you had like these 7 quick takes of these stories. So that's why you had, ended up being like 600 pages.
Yeah. 4 volumes.
Yeah. So it's 4 volumes. So it's 4 books, about 600 pages.
Yeah.
Of a blog for like 7 years.
Beautiful. But one of the really painful things, and only moms actually can appreciate this, I feel like, I don't have a lot of memories of those years. I don't. I have very few memories of those years. So when you have this opportunity to look back and be like, oh my gosh, first of all, I wasn't like a terrible mom all the time. Second of all, I did delight in my kids and we did really fun things. To remind yourself what those years were is very special. So that made me cry a lot. And I'm so glad you did it. That is going to be a cherished gift for years. And I think our kids will cherish it. And our grandkids.
Some of them have looked at them already.
I think it was really perfect. So you knocked it out of the park.
Julie was sad though because we ended it like right after she was. It was like November when she was like 4 months old. I think is when we ended it.
Crying too because we ended it. I was barely writing by the time Julia was here. Also, she doesn't have a baby book and she knows it and she reminds me.
That'll represent her baby book.
I need to write.
It's too late now. It's been 8 years.
I know, but she asked me.
Let's kill that dream.
Oh my God.
I think a lot of people like the gift, but they don't realize that it wasn't like some AI generated memory. Like that was only because you had written all this stuff down. So as soon as it's a printout of you writing things down, keeping all these records.
No, it's a blog. I mean, it's like a journal. It's like if I was to keep a handwritten journal and somebody was to turn it into a hardbound book. Like
we should have that. We should take your journals.
No way, I would die. Can you imagine?
Your angsty high school journals.
Until Julia was born.
You're like Doogie Howser. Like that was you,
bro.
If people think about Doogie Howser on his computer, that was you.
Until Julia was born, I journaled always. I never not, and I haven't journaled in. I can't remember. I mean, since Julia was born. But I used to journal daily. So it was very.
Did she write poems?
I would
very angsty poetry.
Very angsty poetry.
She was so deep.
Yes, I was very deep.
Very deep in her late teen years.
I can't even read them now because I'm still so embarrassed. But I think we've shared this on the podcast. Like there's been times when I'd be at work and like you'd call me and you just start like when you were cleaning the house.
Because there were so many of them. They were all over the place. These little like binders.
And I die of
embarrassment. Of like half written poetry.
I was very melodramatic. I still am, but I mean I was really melodramatic, man. Really melodramatic.
And she would get like fights with people and then like started writing like poems about her fights with people.
Stop.
And like
it's so embarrassing. Whatever, it got me through it. You know, some people do therapy. I had journals and really angsty journals.
Yeah, that was tricky because I had ordered it like well in advance. Well, sort of in advance.
But I think you ordered it like a week in advance.
No, that's not true. I ordered it because it was in my mind for a long time, so I had it ready. But the problem is there's so much customization because like the front cover you can customize, the binder or the like the actual spine. The spine you can customize. So you sit there and all these options. Like I just need to order this darn thing to get it out there. So I ordered it on the 14th. It didn't ship until the 21st, and it did priority mail, so we didn't get it until like the day after Christmas, like that morning. So
it was very special. It was a great gift.
We wanted it the morning of, but it just didn't happen.
It was a great gift. Gift.
Yeah, the kids like all their gifts. I think we talked about it. I remember there's a couple years ago. It was like the last year Toys R Us around. We had a very bad Christmas where we bought them a bunch of gifts at Toys R Us. But they were all like pieces of crap gifts.
Yeah.
So we took an L that year.
Yeah.
But I feel that we're getting better at gifts. And also kids are more simple. Like it's like hoodies.
They are, I guess.
Shoes.
But it is funny. He was texting with one of his friends, one of our kids, and he's like, "What'd you get?" And this girl was like, I can't tell you because I got like 100 gifts. And I'm like, whoa. And then she showed a picture of like, I mean, it's crazy what people do for Christmas. Because we do keep it. You make fun of me. I sometimes push it to 4 and then a couple of family gifts. But I mean, our Christmas is really, we're not, our kids aren't like dying in an abundance of things.
Well, that's because we have 5 kids.
But I like that. I think too much is not good.
Look at most of their friends, there's like 2 or 3. So like you can, and some of these kids, you have 2 kids, you can buy,
I can't imagine spending like $1,500 to $2,000 on my kid for Christmas. But people do it all.
That's how people go into debt. Like that's a lot of that is like, a lot of debt they have just from going wild on Christmas.
Even though the gifts might be more than, and I think it's okay, we talk about things really openly, even though the gifts might be more than 3, like maybe I push 4, we really do stay under $300.
And you do joint gifts too.
$300 a kid. So like $1,500.
Including we stayed under $1,500.
Yeah, but we stayed under $1,500 even with those. We did. We stayed under $1,500, or maybe we went just a little bit over. Just a little bit over. So not with you and I, but with just the kids. So anyway, it was a good Christmas. And now on to this next week, which we're still off.
Yeah, we have another week off.
Yeah, which is great.
We also volunteered. You had talked about volunteering.
Yeah, we went to Peanut Butter and Jelly Ministry again, and we will do it. Are we going to do it next Saturday too? I think we should. It's Christmas break. It's awesome. I love it. The kids, one kid really has a problem getting up early in the morning, but other than that, like, it's the best way to serve. I'm going to share it today on social media. Like you wake up, you don't have to sign up. You don't have to fill out paperwork. You don't have to do anything. Every age can go. It's early in the morning. So you're done by 9:00 in the morning. That's important. See, it annoys people.
Yeah, I think the difference is we're used to waking up at like 5 a.m. Like you're up
Right.
at 4:30, 4:45.
Right. Every day, yeah.
Both of us, we're up before 5 o'clock. So
Right.
for us, it's like, oh, that's fine.
Right.
But I think for a lot of people, they don't wake up that early. So
But also,
I think being there by 6 o'clock, like
Yeah.
that's what's hard for people.
I'm sure, but it protects the rest of your day too. So like sports won't get affected. Like if you want to serve as a family, it is the thing to do. And so the kids had fun. I think it was nice serving. The location where it was really cool. You hadn't been there yet. It's next to a men's shelter. So mostly guys come.
Yeah, I
across
couldn't
the
go
town.
because Malia had a basketball
You had
game.
to be
So
there a little
we,
bit early.
we
So you went to the
separated.
prep part, but no, so it was great. And I look forward to serving on Monday. We're going to do capuchins again.
Yeah, me and the boys, I think we're doing like, I can't remember. We're
I
not
think
doing
it's
like
good.
the actual food serving.
Yeah, we're kind of into. I remember I said that was boring for me. I was bored.
So it's a good opportunity. So I think 2026 we're going to lean into the service part. As we said, like with our older boys, I won't say it's disturbing because I was also 14. Like they're like almost incapable of actually like solidly working.
No, it's disturbing. It's
an
disturbing. You
hour.
can say that.
Like,
But I guess we were raised in different families. I'm not trying. Like I started babysitting at 10 years old. I started working. I worked 3 jobs when I was 15 years old. I walked up to Little Caesars. Our kids have no work ethic. None.
Yeah.
None. It's so upsetting.
right, but we're working on that. Like we've been trying with the garage, clean that out. That's been kind of a struggle. But I think it's just
the more we do it.
So I think we'll figure that out this year. Like in terms of we'll figure out Saturdays maybe once a month for PB&J.
Yep.
When they have days off school, we'll figure out volunteering. But it's going to be a year of trying to integrate them into like working and having some type of. But I mean, they do. So I wouldn't say they're completely. They have sports, so I think their activities are helpful because they don't sit around all day and just like play video games all day.
Yeah, of course.
But there's a next level of like actual like actually being able to work or actually do more than that.
And you want your kids to have that so that they can go and, I don't know, be successful and not be under the impression, I'm so sorry, it is our soapbox, that things just come to you. Like that's the challenge of being in a place where our kids, because of your hard work, do experience a life of privilege that you and I never had. It's that silly little like Instagram reel of like, when I was a kid, if I saw my kid, I would have thought they were rich. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But our kids don't know that. So they need to learn that things don't just land in your lap. And that's why you can't just give your kids the world.
Well, they do this thing where they just like ask for things and they just like expect it to show them like, no, you don't just get that just because you asked for it. Well, can I get this? Like, no, you can't have that.
Right.
Even though we can enforce some of these things, like, no, you can't just have things just because you asked for it. It's like, it's not a genie in the lamp where you have these 3 wishes. Like, well, I want this. I want that. It's like, no,
but connecting work to things and then also understanding that they have been given a place of privilege. And like before we left for Peanut Butter and Jelly Ministry, you were upstairs, but I was talking to kids downstairs, and it's like, to whom much is given, much is expected. Like there is a reality that Jesus has made it very clear that if you cannot see him in the faces of the poor, you will not enter into eternal life. And so like, and I always tell our kids, I don't care about anything except for you getting to heaven. And I mean that so sincerely. Like I don't care about anything except you getting to heaven. So if our kids can't see Jesus in the face of the poor, it's going to make it difficult for them to get to heaven. So
well, you don't realize your blessings until you're confronted with people who don't have it.
Right.
And I think that's when you go to these different service opportunities and you see kind of even sometimes you see kids, like we've been in situations where you've seen like kids their age or younger than them, like walking up and you're handing them food.
Right.
I think that's where you realize like, oh, like we actually are blessed, and there's people who don't have the things that we have.
Right. And you have an opportunity.
You don't remember. It's different between told that versus like seeing that regularly of like what they're saying is actually true. Like there are kids like that.
But it's also not stopping there and feeling like, okay, so I'm so blessed because I'm not like, it's like one of those like, there, but for the grace of God go I. Like I'm blessed because I'm not you.
But then you have
like
you pick up the responsibility.
You actually get to shift other people because of your place of
privilege. That's the next level. Yeah. The first level is realizing
that not everybody has what
you have. Have that. And then it's what do I do with that? And then it's what is my responsibility to
others.
To others as well.
Yeah.
So there's levels to this. So I think now our kids are the age where they can understand that they won't do it willingly right now, but I think that's where we have to just kind of force them to. Yeah. So it's the whole immersion thing. Like you just immerse them in these things where it becomes second nature, where they realize it.
Right. That's good. Okay. I am ready to end the podcast because I need to go make breakfast and coffee. I can't believe it's already almost 10 o'clock.
Any special Thanksgiving or New Year's plans?
No, and maybe we can record after New Year's to talk about like the New Year goals and things like that. Like we can do that afterwards. We're having a cousin sleepover this week with all the cousins.
Michigan games Wednesday. Michigan has a new coach.
Michigan has a new coach, Kyle Whittingham, which people apparently love. I've never heard of him beyond the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City.
If you're a college football person, you know.
I guess. And then New Year's Eve, we're going over to my brother's house to watch the game. And then coming back here to watch, I'm sure, Stranger Things, which is awful, but we're going to finish it off. And then Twilight Zone, family sleepover. Oof. The kids already said they want it.
I don't get maybe if
not get it.
If I was maybe if I was raised at that point.
Twilight Zone is a good show objectively. Like it's like a good show.
I'm not that's not my genre. The sci-fi thing, like that's like Stranger Things is like even that we're not gonna spoil it. Like it's starting to push the limits of it, but like the sci-fi thing, like that's not my thing. Okay. So, but no, your family loves Twilight Zone.
The first and the second and the third and the fourth and the fifth is also there. We have no plans on those days, which is good. I have no lesson planning ready for 2000.
You have to work. You're a teacher. You're
teacher.
Not off.
I don't get to just.
You don't get a break.
I don't get a break working. Like other people.
The work is just stacked up now.
The work is just stacked.
It's stacked up, and now you got to do your teacher thing.
Unlike
this week.
you, I don't get to just disconnect during these 2 weeks. I actually have to work. I actually have to work. So
you are now a full teacher.
Yes, exactly. All right.
Okay.
Have a great week, fam. TTYL.
Bye.